They took an early lead, France, before Harry Kane levelled it to make it 1-1. Then we know that Giroud's header retook the lead for France, and then Kane had another opportunity to level things up for England, and that didn't quite work out with his penalty going over the bar. So it's quite raw, really, to still talk about this, because when I look back on that game, Cass, I think England played really well.
Yeah,
and much better than France.
What was you thinking on the way in here, Nat?
I don't want to be coming in today. That's what I was thinking.
But as in, thinking, look, there's fine lines in sport. We've talked about this a lot of times, the difference between success and failure. Many people don't have success. I had reasonable success, but never won the ultimate prizes. Obviously, championships and things like that, and getting promoted and surviving relegation sometimes at different clubs. But this is a level that very few have the honour of being part of. And the fine lines, you couldn't have asked for France to play as average as they did. You're saying before the game, this is how the French team are going to play, and Mbappe is going to be in the fringes of games, and the number of their players were pretty mediocre. You'd have taken that all day long, and you've still come out of the competition. So, I think it will be a hard pill to swallow for Gareth and his team, because that was an experience that I felt it was still different than Croatia and Italy in the Euro final. I felt that was still different yesterday. This was a tournament England turned up. The rest of Europe were frightened of England. Yeah. They were. And for the French, before the game, they thought England was a really bad draw for them. And I think if you want to dig really deep, is that you couldn't have wished for France to play as poorly as they did. And they've got through.
Well, that's it, isn't it? They ultimately know how to get through these kind of moments. Whereas, yes, okay, England reached a Euro final. Yes, England reached the last semi-finals of the World Cup. But England have never won on the big stage, as we all know, since 1966. So it's a long time. We don't have that understanding and that feeling of knowing what it's like to win.
There's a lot of sad stories along the way as well, isn't there? Missed penalty shootouts in other tournaments.
Well, this is it. It's penalty heartbreak. Regardless whether it's a shootout or just a penalty as it was last night, it is a spot kick that it's all come down to. And yet again, unfortunately, from an England perspective, it's not gone our way. I like I say, coming in, you asked me that question. Coming in today, I did think, wouldn't I just love to have today off and not have to review what we saw yesterday? But equally, I can also come away from this tournament thinking we did well, and we grew and grew into this tournament as well. Yeah.
If you want to be hypercritical, you could say the Giroud goal. Or I know it comes off the shoulder and it certainly makes connection with Harry Maguire. But is that poor defending? That goal? Because Giroud has just got across. One thing you don't want to do is let Giroud get across you. Because he's got them type of goals all his career, of getting across the line of a defender. So do you want to be ultra critical and say, well, that shouldn't be allowed to happen? I personally thought when England went 2-1 behind, I thought straight away get on Trent. Any free kick around the 18-yard box, just get him on. And that, again, these are fine lines. These are hypothetical questions as well, because, we don't know if the outcome would have been different. But I do think you have to try and create a different outcome.
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. And
well, here's one for you, Nat. Sorry, just to jump in. Here's one for you. The last 10 minutes, England had 4 crosses. Lloris collected them all.
Yeah.
Right? So in the last 10 minutes, you're putting balls in. Lloris collected them all. Come out, took them comfortably. And they're, who would you have out on the right who can deliver a ball would be Trent. So these are things that you can look back after, but these are really fine margins.